It's have an agreement with yourself that if I do not do this, I do not get the result that I want, and I cannot be mad about it. That's my advice.
Your level of motivation will be in direct correlation to the size of your mission. And your mission is the problem you're trying to solve in the world.
Amy, what's happening?
Ask him.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Amy?
No, just listening to both of you guys talk about numbers and everything.
Yeah, no, it's the math skills tonight have been they've been
I
really
laughed a lot.
I thought we were in trouble there. I thought Alan might lose it and we might get the giggles. I was scared.
Me too.
Kev, I know Evan Carmichael's net worth. More than ours.
Yes.
More than ours.
For now.
For now.
Amy, you ready to do it?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay. What are the biggest mistakes you see people make when it comes to motivation?
Oh, man. I would say they assume motivation is going to help them in the moment when, like, if you don't feel like doing something, thinking of being the best in the world might not help. Thinking of like movement freedom might not help. Thinking of these isn't necessarily going to help you moment to moment. It will help you as the through line of your journey. Sometimes you got to take action to get motivated. Motivation, Alan, you'll like this. I believe it's, Latin motive for action, motivation. That's what it's broken down from.
Strong
work. But I think sometimes you need to build momentum before you get motivation. Sometimes you have to force yourself to do it, and then you'll start to feel a little bit better and you'll get a little bit of a result. I think the number one biggest mistake is assuming lack of motivation means lack of momentum, when sometimes you just got to kick yourself in the butt.
My answer to this question is people are not learning how to leverage the darker side of their nature. And I'll give you an example. There's two things that we're really, really, really motivated by. There's many things, but I'm going to overly simplify it. You have the desire for great things or becoming better or desire. And then the other one's fear. And I think most people are not honest with themselves about what they desire and what they fear. And I think it becomes a huge bottleneck. So for example, Kevin's really leaning into the truth that is in his nature, that materials matter to him. Mm-hmm. Just like whether other people approve of it or not, I do love to be the best at what I do. And until you own that and really live by it, I know I have some clients who want to pretend that it's like, well, no, I don't want to, be motivated by the opposite sex. Like, it's like, well, what if you are? As a matter of fact, we all are biologically, right? Or maybe not, maybe it's same sex, but love motivates human beings, period. And if you don't tap into that because you're telling yourself a story, you don't need it, you're not going with the biology. And Stephen Kotler, we interviewed him, and the neuroscience shows that you got to tap into all of these. Imagine this. If you're a 10 out of 10 in all 5 of these and you tap into them fully, you're going to be an infinitely more motivated version of yourself versus if you only tap in at your own mastery / status for, at a level 2 and movement / freedom at a level 3 and mating / romance at a level 4. And you're not honest with yourself. You might not be the most motivated version of yourself, and you're living in ego rather than your own truth. And so very last thing I'll say about this question, I was running around the block once and it got dark really quick. And it was around this time of year. I think it was October, not November, but I remember it got dark really fast and I started getting scared of black bears. It is what it is. A little bit scared of black bears. Okay. I started running faster. My desire to get around the block in a certain time, it got way faster when I was afraid of black bears and when it started getting dark. That is just the truth. Very last thing I'll say. Some people want to run for their good health. Other people want to run because they told all their friends and family they're doing a marathon in 3 months and they invited everybody. One of them is going to run every day. The other one is kind of kidding themselves. And I know that's hardcore.
Just fired up today. I don't have anything to respond to that, Amy.
Okay. Do you believe the people you surround yourself with can change the order of the M's for you? And if so, why?
That is a great question. Alan, I'm curious. You hammer it.
So they can adapt them, yeah, for sure. So if you're around someone who you're going to, we all mirror and match. When you're around someone who embodies mastery, you might tend to value it more. you'll get inspired for sure. And so I've definitely, inspired Kevin to care more about mastery. He's definitely inspired me to care more about money, because all these are connected. If you don't have money, you can't have the wiggle room to master your craft. If you don't master your craft, you can't add value and be mission driven. If you're not mission driven, you can't be profitable, and you probably can't afford a home for your intimate partner, right? And so, or for your family or whatever it is. So they're all connected. And yes, 100%, the people you surround yourself with will influence these.
Yeah, I second what Alan said. When your awareness changes, everything can change. When Alan and I went and we saw Oprah live at UMass Lowell, she donated $3 million,
$2
million. And I remember at the time I was like, yeah, I'd like to have like a net worth of $10 million. And then when she did that, I was like, I really want to do that. So that's okay. So what happened? It tied into mission and purpose. And then I realized I had to change my material/money goals. So it actually changed a lot for me. I've always valued money, but it made me value it in a different way. And it also made me realize it was going to take something different for me to get it. So it definitely can change.
And it forced him to master his craft at a far greater level, because he now has a higher, goal, therefore has to master more. So yeah.
Oprah showed me up.
She did. That was
she showed me up.
Good event.
Yeah.
If I don't put the work in to gain the mastery, am I perhaps chasing the wrong dream?
Interesting. Go ahead, Jeff.
I believe that most great things are a byproduct of mastery. So Kevin, early on, I believe I helped Kevin learn how to be more successful. I think he taught me a lot about people and about myself and about vulnerability. And I remember early on, he and Taryn were watching a documentary or something, a Brene Brown's TED Talk maybe, and it was about vulnerability. And I didn't really know a lot about it. And whether Kevin knows it or not, he was farther along than I was on the vulnerability journey. And then we started to master that together in tandem. We're what we call feedback partners. And he's been constantly giving me feedback on things that he's mastered more than me, whether he was aware of it or not, and vice versa. And so to answer the original question, it's most great things in life are a byproduct of mastery, even if you don't know it. So I always reverse engineer everyone's one thing. So Meryl Streep, it's acting, Leonardo DiCaprio, it's acting, Eminem, it's rapping. I always try to figure out what's the one thing they mastered that made the biggest difference. So Amy, you're very warm and loving. You're very welcoming. Okay. That's why I think you're such an incredible assistant, is because I'm not as warm and loving. I'm much more intimidating. So, it's a beautiful dance that we do. So you need to understand that whether you're proactively, consciously mastering things, what you are mastering is producing the results in your life, whether you're aware of it or not. I think everything great in life is a byproduct of mastery, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'm biased.
I believe that now more than ever. I think it's almost like you might not be mastery driven or feel like that's your number one motivator, but that doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. It means that you haven't realized how to succeed yet at the thing you want to do. Like, everything started shifting for me personally when I started learning more and trying to master things. I didn't know how to succeed before. I always wanted to have money, and I didn't realize how to make more of it. I believe everything you want is on the other side of you becoming aware enough to get it. And the main way to become more aware is to become more masterful, to understand and study at a deeper level. I believe that now more than ever. If you asked me 5 years ago, I would have said no. I said just make money and do things. But the problem is you can only get as good as you know, really. And if you don't know a ton about what you want to get great at or the awareness, you're not going to be able to have the results you want, unfortunately.
In skills, mastery is skill development, right? So you can know how to lose weight and you can know how to exercise, but if you don't get in the gym and develop the actual skill, like Kevin has a lot of skills in the gym, and the byproduct of skills in the gym is being in shape, right? And so you need awareness, but also skill development and training.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely, brother.
Oh, yeah. No response on the flex at all, or are you guys just going to leave me hanging like Stephen Glansberg? Thank you.
You're jacked, Kev.
Appreciate that, brother.
For sure.
Do you have any tools or exercises you recommend using to spark motivation when it's not there?
So this
Caffeine.
is caffeine. Caffeine and regret. This is one that I understand that I don't think is great for most humans, but I just want to be transparent, honest. I literally sit down. I woke up. Okay. Last night I went to bed at like 8:30 because I was like, I gotta get up. I'm gonna get after it, do the gym, do cardio, do the sauna, all that stuff. And my alarm went off today at 4:30, and I didn't wake up right away because my earplugs were in pretty deep. And when I came out of my bedroom, Taryn was still sleeping. The cats follow me out. They're snuggling, they're nuzzling me. And I literally told myself, I know you want to lie on the couch and get more sleep. You're not happy with the way you look. Go to the effing gym. For me, it's pain. I will not get the result I want if I don't do what I say I need to do. It just is that simple. And I am aware enough and humble enough and I don't know, direct enough with myself to just say, look, this is the results you want. Go do it. You don't have to be motivated, Kev. You'll get motivated when you get there. Like when you get in the car and you put on that song, you get motivated. When you show up on the microphone, you'll get motivated. That's how I do it. It's have an agreement with yourself that if I do not do this, I do not get the result that I want, and I cannot be mad about it. That's my advice. It's hardcore, but that's mine.
Hi, my name is David London, and I'm the host of the Deskbound Therapy Podcast. I've been working with Alan and Kevin for the last 2 months with both business coaching and podcast coaching, and I've seen tremendous value and growth, not only in my business, but in my personal life and in my relationships, because their coaching has taught me to focus on so much more than just the business itself. It's really helped me level up, and every time things are going well, they really continually push me to reach the next level, and I definitely recommend working with them. They're such great people to work together. I have both met them personally, in person at a live event, and gotten the opportunity to work with them closely online and communicate with them. And I listen to the podcast every day, so I definitely recommend checking out the podcast. Check out their business coaching or their, even just life coaching if you want to level up your mindset and your game and just be happier and healthier. I definitely recommend both Alan and Kevin at Next Level University.
But it's a fact. We can't wish checks into our bank account. That's nonsense. Good things can happen by maybe luck or faith or something, but generally speaking, you can't repeat that. You can't on the NLU team, we have something called the manifestation formula, and it's got 7 steps, and they're all critical. And we can send it. If anyone wants it, you can reach out to any of us. The show notes or Alan at nextleveluniverse.com, Kevin at nextleveluniverse.com. We get back to everybody, or Amy and I and Kevin. But reach out. We have a digital asset that has a manifestation framework, and it has 7 steps. We took it through our group coaching. And the truth of the matter is, if you don't have all 7, you're not going to manifest. It's a science. It's a science. If you and like Kevin said, so the original question was about motivation. These 5 M's are identity level motivation. Identity level motivation is the most powerful. And I'll give you a tangible example. Michael Jordan, arguably the best basketball player to ever live. I use him a lot as examples because he is well known. Okay, I use examples that are well known. Okay, Michael Jordan right now is sort of out of shape. The reason why is because most of his motivation is gone. He's not trying to win championships anymore. Back when he used to be in great shape, he was motivated by an end result. He was motivated to be the best basketball player he could be. He was motivated to win championships. And now that he doesn't have those goals and those dreams because he already achieved them, now I'm pretty sure he drinks, again, whatever. He's not as into fitness as he used to be. He used to work with Tim Grover. And Tim Grover has 2 books where he talks about this that I've read, both of them. And I've also talked to Tim on Instagram. And the truth of the matter is your level of motivation will be in direct correlation to the size of your mission. And your mission is the problem you're trying to solve in the world. Kevin and I have no choice but to be more motivated than most because our dreams are bigger. We had a tough conversation earlier before this podcast about how I don't really have a lot of friends anymore. And I know that's sad and it is sad. And I have the NLU team and I have tons of clients, and I consider all of them friends and family in many regards. But my old friends from corporate, my old friends from high school, my old friends from college, I don't see any of them. And it's not because I don't love them. It's not because I don't value friendship. It's because I value mission more. And these M's are long-term identity level motivation. They're not, you're never going to wake up at 4:30 a.m. pumped to go to the gym. And if you do, it's not going to happen consistently. You just got to do what Kevin said, and you got to understand self-discipline is identifying in advance that you don't get a result unless you do what you know is best. And you're not going to feel like it. You just have to do it anyway. And it's just true. There's a reason why we're not all rich and ripped and in happy marriages and with fulfilling everything. It's because it's not easy to do hard things every single day consistently.
Boom.
Does everyone need to have a mission that's so big it may be unachievable?
Go ahead, Alan. You can do it. I know you'll do science and Stephen Kotler.
So this isn't me. This is Stephen Kotler, but I have always felt this way. I think playing small is a disservice. It's a disservice to you. It's a disservice to the world. And the reason why is, so Aim, I posted this photo of me when I was in high school. And I was this young, didn't hit puberty yet, 5'2" freshman in high school. And I had a chubby face and I was red faced and I was bullied and made fun of. And I didn't feel significant. And I had a tough childhood for many reasons. And I remember in history class, Mr. Parcells, he required that we all do public speaking. And I was so anxious that I went to my mom and I was so petrified. It was required to pass the class. And I was determined to get straight A's, again, aiming high. And my mom went and got resourceful and she found a hypnotherapist. And I went to Worcester and I went to this hypnotherapist. And really, in hindsight, it was just like affirmations before bed. I remember I had my little tape deck and I used to listen to it. And she would basically associate what I was good at with speaking. Snowboarding, I was really, really good at. So she was like, okay, how do you feel when you're snowboarding? And I would explain it. And then she'd listen back my own voice and talk about that with speaking. And 10 years later, Mr. Parcells, my history teacher, hired me to speak at Medway High School as the director of athletics. And I got to speak on hyperconscious leadership back then. But it's wild because at one point I was petrified to speak in front of a 20-person class in high school, red-faced and just short and hadn't hit puberty, still working on it. And it's just, now I am what I am now. But it was all through having a big mission. I've served a lot of people and I've helped a lot of people become very successful, both of you included, Amy and Kev. But it served me too, because I had to become more to help you guys become more. And I think if I had played small, everybody's life would have been different in my life. And I think playing small is a disservice to, this is what I'll end on. You have a gift. I don't know what it is, but you do if you search. And if you don't use that gift, you're taking it for granted. If you're grateful for your health, prove it by developing your health. If you're grateful for your mind, prove it by developing your mind. If you're grateful for your intimate relationship, prove it by being the best partner you can be. Okay? You can change the world in your own way. The 10 people you help, go help 10 people, go help 10 people, go help 10 people. And that's hundreds of millions right there. And so just understand that you're an important part of this world, and playing small is not only going to be a disservice to the world, but it's going to be a disservice to you and everyone you love.
I think dreams are contextual because everybody has a different potential. If my dream was to play in the NBA, it's not going to happen. And I believe and I want to inspire and motivate and all that, but it's just not my quantum nature. I'm 5'5" and I sink like a rock. And I can't shoot a basketball to save my life. Like, it's just not going to happen. Where Alan is 6'2" and very athletic and could probably dunk if he tried practicing for 6 months. I just think it's important to understand that I believe you should always be growing and stretching towards something not reliant upon the outcome. Alan and I will never have the greatest podcast ever of all time. That's not how it works. But I can focus on improving and giving back and pouring into other people's cups. I don't think it has to be so big that you never get it. I think it has to be so big that you have to continue improving until you cease to exist, because that's what fulfillment actually is. It's not about the goal. It's about who you become in the process. And I think we forget that. I think we think more of, even I said it, the Mercedes, the house, the whatever it may be. But the deeper understanding is the man I will have to become in order to get all of those things is such an exponential version of the man I am today that is the win. So I think as long as your goals, as long as your purpose, your mission is bigger than you and continues to be bigger than you, so you have to keep growing, I think that's what we all need in some way, shape, or form. Not everybody's going to be a millionaire. Not everybody's going to be a billionaire, but everybody has the opportunity to be better than they are today, tomorrow. And Alan, Amy, everybody. I think that's the pursuit.
Next level you. Next level you. Yep.
We got to
go.
Work. 7:01.
7:01.
I have to have some dinner. Amy, thank you as always.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate
Next
you.
Level Nation, below
You're
here.
welcome.
Below here, you can see Alan and I both have one-on-one coaching spots available. Next Level Podcast Solutions is growing and thriving. If you have a show and you want to grow it, scale it, monetize it, please reach out. I would love to help. And if you don't have a show and you're like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, I can help you there too. I have at this point started, I don't even know, dozens of shows. So I'm grateful for that. Alan does peak performance business coaching. If you want your business to get to the next level,
he gets all infomercially. I love it.
Alan has been instrumental in ours getting to where it is. I wish I could take all the credit, but I cannot. Alan has been amazing with that, and I know he can help you. Alan can do things that other humans cannot. I've seen it happen with the team. I've seen it happen with myself. I would not be the man I am if it wasn't for Alan, Jeff number 2. So reach out to Alan if you need help. As always, we love you. We're grateful for each and every one of you. We do not have fans. We have family, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. I don't know what episode is launching tomorrow. If you're listening to this, there'll be an episode. I don't know what it is, but you'll be able to find it.
Please reach out.